hard work. All right, bye. All right, so this project that I posted last week is a really wanting you to get a deep understanding of Seaborn. Seaborn is obviously a pretty powerful visualization library, and they've done a lot of really helpful things as far as sharing documentation. They also have a series of data sets that are free to work with. So the goal with this project was for you to look at the GitHub list. There's about 20 different data sets, right? So some of these are related to, car crashes. Some of these are related to, there's one called tips, which is a data set about restaurant and kind of managing their tips. There's different vehicles of miles per gallon of vehicles. There's iris, which is looking at flower and petal lengths. So there's like diamond clarity of different diamonds. Like there's just a really wide range of what those are. So to get a data set, you'll look at, excuse me, you'll get the data frame, SNS, load the data set. And then for this, you can look at the list and you see that the fMRI corresponds to the CSV name for that particular data set. So what I would like us to do is go through and pick a data set. In this case, this was data set 1, and it was car crashes. That was just the one that was randomly selected. And I go to the data frame, go to my visualization page, and see all the different types of charts. And so the first thing you're going to do is just pick a chart that you think looks interesting. So in this case, I picked a random chart. This is like a number of bar plots stacked. And then I wanted to do something with that, right? So right now, you can, if I look at the data is picking some random numbers, picking ranges within a set, and plotting it. And that's kind of the way that that's working. And so what I wanted to do was take that same thing, but associate it with the columns that are part of my data set. So total, speeding, alcohol, any of these columns, and replace what was with the new values. I can look at the different palettes. Remember, there's like a whole range of Matplotlib color palettes, and I should see something looks something like this, right? So each one, as I flip through, this is the same data set. I'm still working with originally, right? When before it was working with a not random, but this was working with the diamonds. Now I want to use the data set that is related to my car crashes. So I'm going back to that car crash. And this is kind of a chart that looks similar to that. Pick a new data set. Now I'm working with penguins. This was what the chart looked like before. This is something now related to penguins. This is what the chart looked like before. Now I did it. Now it's related to penguins. Pick another data set, and you get kind of the drift. So at this point, you should have a total of 6 charts that are not yours, just straight cut and paste from the Seaborn documentation, and then 6 charts that are modified to your 3 data sets. So again, before, after for data set 1, before, after data set 2, before, after for data set 3. So a total of, there should be 6, like I said, 6 that you're creating and 6 that are straight from the documentation. And that is all you need to do for this project. So if you have any questions, send me an email, and I look forward to seeing your work. Thanks.